What's up, guys? HOTSHOTFRONTIER back at it again with another video, and in this video, guys, we're doing a how to counter Yubel guide post Banlist, of course. And if you guys already know what the deck does, let us know down below in the comment section if there are any tech cards that I didn't mention, or if there's anything wrong that you want to correct. Let me know down below. And if you are a first timer, please let me know if this guide did help you and you want to see similar guides for other meta decks. But I'm really excited to be covering this. I absolutely love this deck, and I think it is the best deck post Banlist. So let's go ahead and get right into it, right? And start off with, how does Yubel work? So pretty much, I'm just going to talk about a end board that, without interruption, just go full combo, right? You can see something crazy like this. Now, this doesn't represent every end board, of course, because again, people will be hand trapping you at certain avenues, but you try to go through and just have something on your end board. So for this end board in particular, you have a Phantom Yubel, you have a Samsara D Lotus, a regular Yubel, the OG, you have the Rudris, you have a Fiendsmith Desiree, or you have the High King Wave Caesar, and then you do have on the back row the Abominable Chamber of the Unchained, you have Nightmare Pain, you have Opening of Spirit Gates. So pretty much what's happening here, right? With Yubel itself, you have it on field, end phase, you have to tribute something, so either you tribute the Rage if it's still in your extra monster zone, or Samsara resurrects from grave for free if you have the Yubel, so you can go ahead and just tribute that off. You have Phantom and the Lotus to, of course, change your opponent's monster effect to anything that you want. Lotus can pop a Yubel card on field, so you pop the Yubel. Phantom can be of course, Yubel card from your deck, your hand, on field if you like. So it's really good interruptions that way. Then the Rudris is a Omni Negate that goes, you can Omni Negate something, then destroy something. It attacks, destroy something. It gets destroyed, that's right, baby, destroy something. It's amazing. The Fiendsmith Desiree, you'll get into it with the Fiendsmith engine, of course, and it's really good because it can target cards on the field and negate them, which is really good for something like Dark Ruler No More. You can go ahead and activate your, let's say, Abominable Chamber of the Unchained, and then Chainlink 3 Desiree, just go ahead and negate that. It's really broken. Of course, DDD High Wave King Caesar, that card's great against anything that says special summon a monster. It could be a monster effect, spell, or trap. You can go ahead and just negate that. So you have so many different things going on. You have, of course, the Unchained Trap card to bring back the Rage. Take the Rage, take a troublesome monster from your opponent's board, take it, go into a SP Lone Knight, and banish something. So much interaction. The final thing, of course, is Nightmare Pain, being able to redirect all of your opponent's monsters to the Yubel. So if they have cards that are in attack position and can't attack, they have to go into battle phase and attack Yubel, and they take the damage. We don't take any damage, of course, plus your Yubel can't be destroyed by battle. So just so much interaction. I love this deck so much, but of course, I'm here to show you guys how to counter it, of course. So let's go ahead and get into the first combo sequence. And this is really just the basic combo line, right? This is just using a Samsara D Lotus 1-card combo. Insane what you can do here, but starting off, you want to go ahead and normal summon that Lotus. Now, of course, different ways to get into that. You go ahead and activate the field spell, or even activate 1-for-1. But as long as you start off with the Lotus, okay, Lotus on field, normal summon. Effect, Tribute. You want to go ahead and special summon the Spirit of Yubel from your deck. Now, you'll go ahead and set either the Nightmare Pain or the Chronicle. Now, Chronicle you could set if you are playing the Chronicle, because it is a good card, don't get me wrong. You can get a lot of counters on that and use whatever effect you'd like. Or if you have Nightmare Pain in hand, you might as well get the Chronicle. This instance, we're going to go ahead and take our Nightmare Pain, set it on field, flip it up, activate it, destroy the Spirit of Yubel. So now Spirit will go to the grave. You will go ahead and add your Squirmer from your deck to hand, and special summon Yubel. Because of Spirit of Yubel's effect in grave, it is destroyed. You can summon Yubel from the deck to the field. Next up, we will go ahead and destroy that Yubel using Squirmer's effect, and special summon the Incarnate from your deck based off of the Yubel's effect. After that, you're going to fusion summon, contact summon your Phantom of Yubel, shuffling the targets from your grave. So now you are protected from the combos, of course, of anyone trying to mess you up with Nibiru, whatever it is. It will go ahead and protect you. Just so you know, at that point you are susceptible to Nibiru. So people, I guess you would say, don't activate Nibiru, you go straight into Phantom. If they activate it, you still have a lot of combos, but the baseline of it is they won't activate it. Go into Phantom. All right. So now, number 8, right? We have Incarnate. you take your Incarnate and your Squirmer, go for Moon, close Moon, and then go into the Requiem. From that, go into a Engraver after you tribute the Requiem. Go ahead and equip the Engraver with the Requiem, engrave, and go into a Princess. From there, you go number 9, special summon Engraver, and make sequence. You're summoning Engraver off of its own effect. You make sequence with, of course, that Engraver and the Princess. Make a sequence, and then from there, activate sequence effect, make an aerial, dump the Engraver from deck to grave, and then you go into your Yama using, of course, the aerial and the sequence. Now, okay, now what you would actually go ahead and do is activate Yama's effect, add the Shavara. Next up, number 10, we are going to go ahead and special summon the aerial from grave based off its effect, and use the Yama number 1 and the aerial to go ahead and get into your second Yama. That is something that people have been doing post Banlist, and honestly it's great because you're going to see in a second why. So we make the second Yama, and now off of that, what we're going to do is go ahead and banish your Squirmer number 11 and summon your spirit from the grave onto field. Pop your Shavara with it, because now what you can do is chainlink 1 spirit in grave, it got destroyed. Chainlink 2 Yama, the first Yama, because why? The reason is because now Yama's second effect can activate, because now it's engraved. It's always been like that awkward standing where it's like, how do I get Yama engraved before I activate my Shavara, of course, right? Now you don't have to worry about that, because you can easily just make a link 2 going straight into another Yama and summon, of course, you have your Shavara on field. So you'll pretty much, after all this resolves, you'll end up with a spirit and a Yubel on the field. Okay, next up, guys, link into Rage. So you use your Shavara and the Yama 2 into Rage. Once the Shavara goes to grave, you'll go ahead and set your escape from your deck to field. And then next up, you'll XYZ summon your Varudris. Okay, there we go. Using, of course, your 2 level 10s. And then there you go. That's the turn. So pretty much you have a Rage, you have a follow-up. If it gets destroyed, you're able to summon another Yubel another way. Then you can go ahead and tribute your Rage. It goes to grave, because of course you have the trap card to bring it back. Go ahead into a contact link summon a SP Little Knight for additional interruption. You have the Varudris as a Omnigate and so many destruction effects. And then finally, guys, you do have your Phantom Yubel still, if you didn't activate it during the combo. You can always make another one as well. So something to keep in mind, but just crazy combos with this deck. Post Banlist with the Lacrima ban, you'd think that it would slow things down. It definitely did not. I think that's why I believe this deck is the best deck in the meta. But guys, of course, let's go ahead into the variant of Yubel decks that are out right now, right? So I believe there's only 4. There's a pure variant. Now, with the pure, there of course are no Fiendsmith cards, but with pure, you're gonna see a greater increase of cards like Super Polymerization. And you are playing the trap card, which is pretty much the 4th Super Polymerization. Maybe Triple Tactic Thrust to increase the possibility of seeing the, of course, trap card. So you're playing, you could probably say, so you're playing probably 7 copies of Super Poly. Or I guess really you can't activate Thrust because it's not any normal Spore Trap, so you're playing 4 Super Poly. Next up though, you are playing the Yubel Loving Defender, so you're really going the angle of Super Polymerization, which is great. You're probably fitting in more hand traps with that variant too. It's somewhat a budget-ish deck, sort of, but it's a great strategy still, playing pure. Next up, you do have your most competitive version, which is Fiendsmith Yubel, of course fitting in that Fiendsmith engine to go ahead and get into your High King Wave Caesar, or if you want to go ahead and just make the Desiree. So we have a lot of options that way. It's very flexible. It will cause your opponent to either hand trap you here or there, but somehow at the end of it, you will have a somewhat strong board. You know, if of course you are comboing correctly. I think it is the best deck in the meta, but let me know what you guys think down below, of course. And you guys are not subscribed to the channel, of course, subscribe to the channel and turn notification bell on to update the moment I upload new videos. But all right, going into our 3rd one here, it's more of a fun variant, but pretty good. It's a Yubel Sacred Beast deck. So if you guys did not know what this one does, pretty much it involves the Sacred Beast monsters, and they are level 10s as well, so you can actually maybe play 1 or 2 more copies of Rudras in your extra deck. Also, it relies on the trap card, because depending on how many Sacred Beast monsters, different names you have on field, you'll go ahead and activate different effects. And you are playing the level 1 Sacred Beast monster 2 in this deck, the Chaos Beast, I believe it's called. you're playing more cards like that, you can easily go ahead and make something like a Phantom or Yubel to protect your plays too. Something to note, the field spell itself lets you draw 2 cards if you control a Sacred Beast monster, so a lot of, advantage that way. I think it's a fun variant of the deck, and something that you guys should definitely try out. If you want to see a deck profile, let me know, and I'll go ahead and make one for you guys very soon, but all you have to do is just let me know. And then finally, we do have a kind of like hero Yubel deck. So this is more of a hero deck with the ability to summon a Phantom Yubel. But I think that later on, we'll see more with this. I think that, with future support and stuff like that, but it's pretty nice to see. I think it's also a pretty budget-friendly option too, just to, kind of have access to something like Phantom of Yubel, just in case of anything, and then you're able to, of course, destroy something in your deck, and then kind of just continue the combo off there. But let me know which variant you guys do like, or maybe you have played, of course. But let's go ahead and get into our next one, which is, of course, the engine counter. So, what do you want to counter correctly if you are versing this deck? Don't get overwhelmed with how, everything the deck is doing. Try to break it down and just, correctly decide what to hand trap. So, starting off, right, hand traps. Ash Blossom, your most important hand trap against the deck. You want to hit their Dark Beckoning Beast. Why? Because they only have the one opening, right? Don't let them get that opening. If they activate the effect, that means they do not have it in hand. Spirit Yubel, very important too, because they won't have access to the Nightmare Pain. Really good, unless they're adding a second copy. Okay, but still really good. Then you, of course, Engraver. A lot of the times it's like you have to see what they're either trying to bait out or just immediately activate because they're, trying to get into something, right? Engraver, immediately, sending it to grave. You may want to just negate that so they don't have access to that engine, but they might still have a tract in hand. So that's something you kind of do have to figure out. Personally, if you do see tract first, I'll go ahead and just ask the tract, but that's up to you guys. Nightmare, of course, Throne, great card to Ash, 100%. Starting off the combo, you want to definitely Ash that so they don't get into any of their 0/0s, right? Because Dark Beckoning Beast, if the combo goes through, going with the opening and everything, you want to go ahead and most likely get a Samsara D Lotus, and you'll have the additional normal summon of that too. So it just opens up the doors to a lot of craziness, and you want to just stop it now with Ash. Moving on, we do have the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. So you want to hit the Nightmare Pain, very good card to hit, and of course the Nightmare Throne. Really good card because that will activate if something is destroyed, and you can either summon a monster at a level that has a level higher or lower. You can easily just say no to that and destroy that off and get that off the field. Very good cards that you want to target with, of course, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Next up, we do have Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. So you want to target the Grave Squirmer and the Yama because they resurrect cards from grave and continue the combo. Those are very important cards to hit with Infinite Impermanence. You'll see these 3 with other hand traps on the other slide, but yeah, you want to hit the sequence. They can't go to Desiree or Aerial Eater, however they're trying to do. You can't go Spirit of Yubel. Immediately just negate that, but hey, if they do destroy Yubel with a card like Squirmer, they can still activate the effect in grave, something you do have to note. And Dark Beckoning Beast, again, just negate that Dark Beckoning Beast. They only have the one opening. That means they do not have opening in hand. Next up, guys, for hand traps part 2, we do have, of course, DD Crow. We have the Bestial Magnamute or any of the Bestial monsters. We have Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, Ghost Mortar and Moonlit Chill, and of course, Effect Veiler. So DD Crow and the Bestial Magnamute, or Bestials in general, they're both the same in terms of what you want to hit because, of course, they just remove a card from the graveyard onto the banishment zone. But yeah, you want to hit the Yama, Spirit of Yubel, you want to hit the Squirmer, Engraver, Samsara. You want to, of course, hit the Rage, because if you hit the Rage, there's nothing to resurrect back, which is great. But you want to target it in terms of they activate the effect, they target it, then you do it, because they can always just go ahead and, chain link 2 and still get it. So something you do want to make sure you're good on the timing, or of course end phase of their turn, they can't activate it yet, go ahead and just get it off. So timing is so important with certain interactions with Yu-Gi-Oh! You want to hit the Yubel potentially. You really just want to hit stuff that they're either targeting, and you kind of can just stop it then, and then that kind of puts them in a situation where okay, what do I do now? I didn't expect them to do that. Moon of the Closed Heaven is good too, because if they're using it as a target, to bring back into the extra deck, they're shuffling materials back for something like the Desiree, you can go ahead and say no to that, and then they can't make that. These are generally good targets, but there are a lot of other targets in the deck. Something I just kind of wanted to point out and have you guys think about. Let me know, of course, in the comment section what you guys think. But moving on, we do have Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. Pretty standard. If you're playing the same thing or you have room to play extra cards, play the Fiendsmith stuff because, hey, people are playing Fiendsmith, so you want to go ahead and target those cards and just get them out. Next up, we do have Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. Again, this and Effect Bearer are the same thing because they really do target the card and that's to just negate it. So you kind of just want to target the same things, just like Infinite Permanence. Just beware that Spirit of Yubel can still be popped and activate Engrave. So something to just keep note on, right? But moving on, guys, should you play these cards? So starting off with Nibiru. Nibiru against Yubel isn't the best. Now, once you'll usually get to 5 summons, once you get into Moon, or a little bit before Moon, around the time where you summon the Incarnate and you have Squirmer on field, that's usually around the 5th summon. So you could Nibiru, but at the same time, it doesn't do much. There's still a lot of interaction later on. You know, if you're trying to maybe get rid of their Closed Heaven early, so they can't get into a Requiem, but hey, they might have the Tract, then it's kind of wasted. Personally, Nibiru is not the best. I mean, again, they'll get into the Phantom of Yubel, and then that's it. Your Nibiru is kind of worthless, and you're enabling them to go further into their combo as well. So that's something to note. I personally wouldn't use it. Next up, we have D-Shifter, and of course, D-Shifter could just be anything that banishes cards as well, monsters, you know, everything, like Dimensional Fissure. But it is good against them because it will eat up at their resources. They will have a semi-good board, but at the same time, they won't have resources to be able to recur stuff, and of course have something like Samsara Engrave to resurrect if you have Yubel on field. So that is something important to note, but they do have a little bit of an interaction, just so you know, okay? But yeah, it's still a great card to actually use. But of course, what do you guys think down below? Let me know. And then Power Filter, excellent card against the Yubel cards. Excellent, okay, because neither player can special summon monsters with 1,000 or less attack, which is great with this strategy. It is really good. It stops the opening of the Spirit Gates from even happening, so you can't go with Spirit of Yubel. You pretty much just can't destroy anything like Spirit of Yubel in deck to summon something out. It really eats up at their plays. And then of course, D-Barrier, you guys already know, which is called Fusion. And those plays are pretty much done, but they can still go into the Yubel stuff. So maybe it's like a 60 good, 40% like eh. But guys, that's all I have for you for today's video. If you guys liked the video, make sure to give it a huge like. Comment down below your thoughts on the guide. Did we get everything correctly or did we miss certain things? Let me know down below. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn notification bell on so you're updated the moment I upload new videos, guys. But that is it for me. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. And I will catch you in the next video. Peace.